Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Thank you for clicking on this video and hanging out with me today, and welcome to another reading vlog. This reading vlog is going to be all about rounding out summer and transitioning into fall. I have some summery thrillers, horrors that I've been wanting to read, and then we're going to transition into fall with a dark academia. And I will share what the books are that I'm going to be reading throughout this vlog with you in just a bit. But first, we have to go to the library to pick one of them up. So, let's go ahead and head to the library. From the library, so let's go ahead and go over what I'm going to be reading in this vlog. So for the summer vibes, we are going to be reading Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This cover just screams summer, and I am so excited about it. It's an island vibe, and I believe this is kind of like a whodunit kind of deal, and I'm excited about that. I more so picked it because of the cover, but also I'm here for that. That sounds like a good time. And then the other book that we're going to be reading for more summer vibes is going to be my best friend's Exorcism. This is a horror, and I am so stoked for this. I've heard it compared to Stranger Things, which I'm here for. We have the best friend vibes, we have the things start happening vibes, and it gets really creepy, and we have the 80s vibes, and that is everything wrapped up that we love. Plus this cover. I've been wanting to read this for an extremely long time, and so it's happening. We are going to dive in. Oh my god, I just can't. Every single time I look at this cover, I notice something new, and I cannot wait to figure out what it all means. So excited. And then to really dive into the fall vibes, we are going to be reading The It Girl by Ruth Ware. This is a dark academia. My favorite. I love it. It takes place on a college campus. It's got a group of friends, and there's murder, and really I don't need to know anything else because that is something that I love. I hope it leans more towards the In My Dreams I Hold a Knife vibe and less on the Maidens side of things, because I didn't really enjoy the Maidens, but I really enjoyed In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. But we shall see what Miss Ruth Ware has to offer. If you're excited, be sure to give this a thumbs up, and let's just go ahead and dive in. Saturday, just figured I would give you an update. I started Reckless Girls, and I'm liking it so far. I wouldn't say I'm loving it. I'm liking it. I find for someone who listens to, watches, consumes a lot of true crime, sometimes I find things in thrillers just not believable, but I think that's a me problem and not a worldly problem. You tell me that you're gonna go off with two girls you just met who are college age to a random ass island that's this big on a map that has a superstition around it, no questions asked. Now, Lux is a little bit, weary of it, so, good on her, but she ends up going anyways. to me, that's just not believable, but I do understand that there are people in the world who are extremely spontaneous, and like Hawaii is a friendly place, so like maybe this could happen. I just like have to wrap my brain around that there are people in the world that like would do that, when to me I'm like red flags up immediately. Like, I don't know you. I'm not gonna go on a 2-week adventure with someone I just met. No, thank you. Anyway, so that's all I've gotten to. I'm on page 54, so we just kind of like, we've gotten to that point, and that's not any spoilers, by the way, that's all in the premise, but like, that's where I'm at. That's the point that I'm at. 54 pages in, they've literally just gone on the boat and are starting this adventure, so I'm sure things are going to take off from here, and yeah. So it's Saturday. I'm actually about to hop on some reading sprints with Gabby from Gabby Reads. She's doing them on her Patreon, which I am a member of. And yeah, so she's going to do some reading sprints. So I am going to get some more reading done. I just did the live show for the book club, which was for August, which was Things We Do in the Dark. I gave that book 2 stars. Did not really enjoy it. But Gabby only gave it 1 star, so I feel validated in my choice in that. So that was fun. I have a coffee because I need it. The dog was up at like 5 o'clock this morning, and as much as I don't sleep in these days, that was too early on a Saturday. Way too early. So I'm feeling a little sluggish. So anyways, gonna hop on reading sprints, gonna read some more. That's the vibes on this Saturday. Hello, it is Sunday now. Yesterday on a reading sprints with Gabby, I got up to page 172 of Reckless Girls, which is a little more than halfway. You guys, so far, nothing has happened in this book. Like, nothing of substance. Everything that is in the synopsis has happened, minus the twists that come, but like, we're more than halfway in, and we're just hanging out on an island with these people. Nothing exciting is happening, nothing creepy is happening, no one's died or gone missing, we're just having a party on an island, and like, we're more than halfway through this book. So if I had to rate this book right now, I would probably give it 2 stars, because what? It gets a bonus point for being a super fast read, easy to read. Unless the back half of this book is groundbreaking, it's gonna be 2 stars. But I'm hoping to finish this today. It's Sunday. I've just been doing stuff around the house and kind of lounging, and that's about it so far. Doing dishes, laundry, and I have like 3 or 4 episodes left of Revenge. I'm rewatching it for like the 4th time. I freaking love that show so much. But it's almost time to start Gilmore Girls, and I need to wrap up Revenge before I start. So I think I have like 3 or 4 episodes left, so I'm gonna finish that today. It's also Labor Day weekend. I don't know if I mentioned that, so I still have plenty of time to read this weekend. So I'm hoping to finish this still kind of early-ish in the day. It is 11:52 right now. So I'm gonna take a shower, read for a bit, and then probably watch some YouTube, watch some Revenge, and then hopefully finish this by, like mid-afternoon or so. And then I'm probably gonna start on my best friend's Exorcism next. But let's finish this first. I really hope that something happens in the back half of this book. Well, I am here with an update on Reckless Girls. I actually finished it yesterday, and I'm giving this 2 stars. The back half did not redeem itself whatsoever. The things that I liked about it were that it was extremely fast-paced. So fast-paced, a really quick read, and I like that it has now chapters and before chapters. I really enjoy when books do that. Riley Sager does that a lot in his thrillers. That's about all that I enjoyed, so that's why I'm giving it a 2. The rest of it, they're not... Where do I even start? So, like I said yesterday, the first half of this, you're just building up and nothing happens. And then the back half of it, some stuff does go down, but to me, it just was completely unrealistic and over the top, but not in a fun way. So the book So Happy For You is dubbed a thriller, even though it's not really super thrilling, but it's drama, it's a good time, that kind of thing. This is just this would not happen. And I'm okay with books not being completely realistic, but there's just something about this that just was not it for me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't really like any of the characters, what I think is the purpose. I don't think you're supposed to like any of them, but it just missed the mark for me. I just did not enjoy where it went, how it ended. I just kept waiting for things to happen, and then as they were happening, I'm like, okay, when's the bigger thing gonna happen? And then the bigger thing just never happened, and then you're just left going, okay, that was not fun. I can have fun with thrillers, even if they are a little bit over the top, but for me, I don't know, this one just wasn't it. It wasn't a good time. So we are going to happily return that to the library at some point, and I am going to pick up my best friend's Exorcism today. I would show you it, but I brought it downstairs because I was gonna start it last night, and then I just decided that my eyeballs needed a break because I read this in 2 days. So I am gonna start that a little bit later, but I'm gonna film a video here in a little bit and kind of just do things around the house for a little bit. That's my update. I will check in again when I have something to share on my best friend's Exorcism, which I am so excited to get to. That is probably the book in this vlog that I am the most excited for, so fingers crossed it meets all my expectations. Hello. It is now Tuesday afternoon. This whole holiday thing really screwed with my brain. I didn't really get a ton of reading done yesterday. I kind of just took a chill day. I had such intentional plans to get so much work done and be really productive. And by work, I mean on videos, on my videos. And then that just didn't happen. I was a lazy bum yesterday. So yeah, I only read up to page 54 in my best friend's Exorcism. So right now we're just kind of building up the friendship. This book starts off, hello. This book starts off when they're 4 or 5 years old, and then kind of grows from there and shows you how these two girls became friends and what they've been through, and now we're up into like teenage years or so. So yeah, we're still very much like building the scene. There's some things happening that are like a little bit worrisome, like statements being made and that kind of thing, but so far nothing like crazy has happened. Although they did just well, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but they just took something, so I'm sure some shenanigans are going to happen, but I'm really liking the vibes of this so far. Total 80s vibes, so all the references, all of the pop culture references, and also just the tone of it. Like, if you've had a best friend that you've had since you were that young, up until now, like, the building of the friendship and just the things that they're doing are so relatable. Like, I still have one of my best friends who I met on the first day of kindergarten, and we are still best friends to this day. So, like, this, minus, like, the creepy part of it, this is, like, totally reminding me of, like, those feelings of when you're young and just, like, building that friendship and just, like, the such lightheartedness of like the things that you go through when you're young, and like they feel so big in the moment, right? And they feel so like big and dramatic. Now obviously in the scheme of things they're not, but like going through those things together, oh, it's wholesome. There are some things, like I said, that are like a little weird, but for the most part right now I'm just kind of soaking in the wholesome vibes of building their friendship from when they were so young up until this point. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I'm gonna read for a bit now. It is about, let's see, it is 4:20. So I'm gonna read probably for like an hour or so, then get some dinner going, and then probably watch some YouTube. So I will update you either later tonight or tomorrow on my thoughts so far. It's been a few days since I have updated this vlog. With having the holiday on Monday, work has just been a little bit crazy and I've had to jam pack hours into a shorter week and get everything done that I still need to get done, and meetings and all of that. So it's been a little crazy. So my reading has been kind of just here and there, and I haven't updated you in a few. So I am still reading my best friend's Exorcism. I am up to page 209, so I only have a little over 100 pages left. So my plan, it is now Friday, is to finish this today within the next little bit here, and then that way I can start on the It Girl tomorrow and read that throughout the weekend. So far with this, now that I'm like into it, I am really enjoying this. It is so creepy. Like, there are definitely some parts where I was like visibly like, oh no, that's awful, or just like creeped out, or just like had goosebumps. I love that. I love when I have like a visceral reaction to a book, because that does not happen very often, especially for someone who reads a lot of thrillers. I'm just getting into horror, so I won't say that I read a lot of horror, but I just love when I can have that reaction. I am someone who listens, consumes, and whatever, just a lot of like true crime, that kind of thing. So it takes a lot for me to have that kind of reaction, and I love that I can kind of have this new discovery with horror inside of books. I'm still a scared little baby when it comes to horror movies. I cannot. But books, I love that. Anyway, so I've had a few little like visceral reactions with being creeped out and disgusted and what have you, and I love it. I also love the exploration of friendship in this book. It definitely kind of covers the ebbs and flows of being a teenager in high school and having those ups and downs with your core group of friends, and just like high school in general and the ups and downs and what you go through as a teenager and all those feelings and everything that come along with it. Obviously, this is heightened to a whole different level because there's, you know, possession involved, but I just love that, and I love seeing it, and it's represented really well. I will say there are a few things that I find a little problematic, and I know this book takes place in the 80s, and that was the time, and these things were very relevant then, but I don't think they necessarily had to be included for it to still take place in the 80s. So there was a few things. There's one that happened, there's something that happens during like Spirit Week that I was just like completely turned off by and was like disgusted and was like, this shouldn't even have to be included, but for some reason it was. And like I said, I get that it was the 80s and it wasn't a thing then, but like, you're writing a book now, it's problematic, and it didn't have to be included to it didn't like adjust the story in any sort of way. So, and then there was a couple of other just like sayings or phrases that were used that I just was like, oh, like it didn't have anything pertaining to the story. It wouldn't have changed the book had you left it out. It was not necessary. So I will say, if you read this and you come across those, like, I feel you. I feel that they are problematic. Regardless of those, I am still really enjoying the story and where it's going, and I'm stoked to find out what happens in these last little 100 pages or so. I am so invested in the story, so that is my update for my best friend's Exorcism. Like I said, I'm going to go chill now. Work is done for the weekend, so I'm gonna chill, relax, read, drink some coffee. I know it's late afternoon, but like, it doesn't affect me that way. I just like the taste. Have a snack and finish this book off. I am very excited, so let's go do it. I am not okay. No, not even the slightest. Absolutely not. I really wish I didn't just eat a snack. Oh my god, disgusting. I'm not gonna tell you what happens because I'm not gonna ruin it, but the chapter, beds are burning, absolutely fucking not. No, absolutely not. Oh my god, I can't. Nope. Hello, it is the next morning and I finished my best friend's Exorcism. Oh my word, what a ride that last little bit was. As you can see from my reaction last night, some grotesque things happened, and because I'm new to the horror genre, I sometimes forget that those gross things can happen and will show up. Like, sometimes I forget that I'm reading horror and then all of a sudden something happens and I'm like, what is going on? I was not prepared. I should have been, but was not prepared. Gross. But like here for it. I'm not complaining about it whatsoever. I thought it was great, but just disgusting. So yeah, and then the ending, so good. I really loved how it really like closed out the story. Sometimes with like thrillers and stuff like that, you just get the you get to the climax and then it just ends and you're like, okay, but like I would have loved to know a little bit more about what happens afterwards. Like sometimes you only get like a page or two in the after, but this really rounded out. You got a few good chapters of what happens afterwards and like throughout their lives afterwards, and I really enjoyed that. I feel like it really wrapped up the story as a whole, as opposed to just leaving it at, you know, the exorcism and then being done with it. It really carried it out, so I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I really loved it. I enjoyed the horror and the creepy. I love the story. I love their friendship and the ups and downs, and I really love how it took it from beginning to end. And I also just loved like the possession things and everything like that. I'm only knocking off 1/2 star for the things that I talked about before with like the having inappropriate things in there. There were some racial things in there, and I just did not see them necessary. I think we could have done without them, so I'm knocking off 1/2 star for that. If it weren't for that, this would for sure be a 5 star, but that's just my feelings on it. I'm so happy I finally got to this, and I cannot wait to see the adaptation of this. It comes out really soon, which is why I wanted to get to this really soon, so I am stoked. I'm such a baby when it comes to horror TV or movies, and I hope it's not like super scary, but at the same time I kind of do. Anyways, I'm excited for it. So now I'm going to start on The It Girl by Ruth Ware. I am excited and nervous for this. Even before seeing some reviews, I just am nervous because it's Ruth Ware and she's always hit or miss. But even after seeing some people review this so far, and I've tried to like steer clear of anything on YouTube, but I've definitely seen some things in Goodreads, and it's like a mixed bag. Some people love it, some people hate it. So I'm excited to dive in and see what I think about it, but we're just gonna go into this with an open mind, and this thing is chunky. It is 420 pages. Yeah, 420 pages. So it's gonna take me all weekend to read this, but what else do I have to do, right? This weekend is dedicated to The It Girls. Hello. I am 37 pages into, I just realized I took the cover off, The It Girl, and I am loving the vibes so far. It takes place at Oxford, and you're getting like the moving into college vibes, so it's like September, October time. It also has before and after chapters, which I love. I love when we have flashbacks, and then present day. I'm here for it. That's one of my favorite things in thrillers. And right now we're still setting up the story, obviously. So it opens, and this is not a spoiler because it says it in the synopsis, with Hannah, our main character, finding her roommate April dead. And then it jumps into the right now, and now we're going back and forth. And so it's setting it up. We're getting to meet the friend group in here and seeing how they all came together, and also getting snippets of Hannah's life now, because the man, let me just make sure this isn't a spoiler, hold on. Okay, it's done. It says it in there. The man that is in jail for killing April dies. So now she's trying to deal with that, and I obviously don't know how this is gonna play out. Like, did he actually do it? Did he not? Who knows? Is there more to the story? Probably, because this is a 400-page book. But I'm really loving it so far. So that's a good sign. I'm loving the Oxford vibes. I'm loving the new college vibes. And obviously, because it's Oxford and taking place in England, it's like gloomy, and she's using terms in here that are very English, which I appreciate. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I'm going to read, it is now like 3 o'clock, I'm gonna read for a bit longer, and then we're probably going to make dinner and then watch a movie or pick a new show to watch. We're kind of in between shows right now, and like, you know that moment of like so much that you want to watch but like you can't remember what they are. Like, we know that our list is like a mile long because we've always said like, oh, we should watch that, oh, we should watch that, oh, we should watch that, and then when it comes in the moment, you're like, what did I want to watch again? So we're gonna have to find a new show to start tonight. So yeah, but anyways, in the time being, I'm going to continue to read and hopefully make a good dent in this, and I'll probably update you tomorrow where I'm at unless something groundbreaking happens in the meantime. Here to give you an update on the It Girl. I am now 266 pages in, so I have about 150 pages left or so, and I'm still really enjoying it. I'm pretty sure I have it figured out. I will let you know at the end if I am correct. I think I had it figured out within the first, 100 pages or so. There was a few lines that I was like, oh, that's kind of a dead giveaway. Pun intended. But I could be wrong. And if that's the case, I will be surprised. So that's great. I'm also loving the vibes of this book. It is not as dark as some dark academia, but it still is there, okay? We still have the college vibes, we have the campus vibes. The main character, Hannah, lives in Edinburgh now, and she works at a bookstore, so we love that. And there's definitely an overall dark tone to what's going on. Of course, as you're trying to figure out, one, if the man who, passed away in jail is actually guilty of the crime, and then also you have the crime itself and just kind of everything that's happening around it. It's all very dark, and the main character's pregnant, so it just kind of adds this extra dynamic to it, as well as the dynamic of their friend group. But overall, I'm really liking it. I do find some parts of it a little repetitive, and at this point I'm like, this book did not have to be 420 pages long. We'll see what the last 150 pages hold, if it ends up being really repetitive or really drawn out. Because at this point, I feel like, 266 pages in, we could get the reveal and everything right now and wrap this up within 50 pages. So what are those extra 100 pages going to bring? I don't know, which is why I'm like, am I wrong? Could there be more of a surprise? Is there going to be multiple twists and I just have no idea what's coming? So overall, really enjoying this. Like I said, just the only thing I would say is that it's a little repetitive, but other than that, I'm enjoying it. I like the back and forth. It's what I like to see. So my plan is actually to finish this today. It is a rainy, gloomy day outside, and I am working today, but right now I'm taking a break. I was filming this morning, creating content, so I'm going to take a break now, read a little bit, grab some lunch, and then I will finish the rest of it when I finish work for the day later. But that is the plan. We'll see if it goes to plan, but that is the plan as of right now. It is now the next day, and I finished The It Girl last night, and I actually really enjoyed this. I was correct in my prediction. However, what I love about books like this that contain a friendship group is even if you think you have it figured out, the author will put things in there and start to turn the story that make you doubt yourself just a little bit. There was a moment there at the end where I was like, am I wrong? Because I could totally see the way that this author's trying to play it out. I can see that happening. And so it puts that little spark of doubt in you, and it makes you kind of second guess your predictions. However, in the end, I was correct, and I love when that happens. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes I am completely dumbfounded, or the author just takes it in a totally different way that like you weren't expecting. This one, I feel like it was a little bit obvious. However, there was enough doubt and, you know, light cast on different characters that it made you kind of feel like, am I right? I'm not sure. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because there wasn't really anything that I felt was wrong with it. There wasn't a part that I didn't enjoy. The only thing that I will say is that I don't think it had to be as long as it is. I feel like I could have wrapped it up a lot quicker had it been 50 to 75 pages less. So it is really long. I did find it a little repetitive, but overall, I really enjoyed my time with it. And like I said, I love when it's a friendship group because it really kind of makes you go through the ringer as you're reading it. So overall, really enjoyed. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And that is it for this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me as we wrapped up summer and started in on our fall reads. I have so many fall reading plans and fun vlogs planned for you guys. So be sure to subscribe if you are not already. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future is bright.